For today's video, I will be discussing about how to change a fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction. So for the first example, express 3 over 4 as decimal. So how are we going to express this fraction into decimal? So this is how you're going to do that. So we all know that 3 over 4 can also be written in a form 4 divided by 3, wherein this 4 is our divisor and this 3 is our dividend. So in this, if you are already in this form, you can now divide 3 divided by 4, or you can now express the decimal or this fraction to the decimal. So 3 divided by 4 is cannot be. So we cannot divide 3 by 4. So what you are going to do is you are going to add, of course, the decimal point and then 0. So make sure na kung nasaan yung decimal point, nandun din yung katapat nung inyong decimal point in your quotient. So quotient is the answer of your the answer in division. So now we have 30 divided by 4. So 30 can now be divided into 4, which is 7. And 7 multiplied by 3 is 28. So we are going to subtract now. So 28, 30 minus 28 is 2. So repeat the process. So 2 divided by 4 is, again, cannot be. So you are going to add 0. Since you add 0 here, you must have 0 here as well. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. And 5 times 4 is 20. Just repeat the process and then subtract them. 20 minus 20 is 0. So since this is already 0, so you don't have any numbers to bring down, meaning your answer is 0.75. So 3 over 4 in decimal is 0.75 or 0.75. So 0.75 or 0.75 is accepted. So now for the next example, so we have 25, or express 25 over 16 as decimal. So same process, we're going to write that in this form. So this will be 25. Yan. Okay. 25. Oh, it's like 25 divided by 16. So in this case, if you are going to divide 25 by 16, that is 1. Because 25 divided by 16 is 1. 1. So 1 times 16 is 16. So subtract them. So this will be 25 minus 16 is 9. Yan. So 9 divided by 16, you cannot divide them. So you're going to add 0. Add 0. So you add 0. You must have, since you add 0 there, there must also be 0 here. Kung nasaan po yung decimal point, nandun din po dapat siya. So ito. Okay. So this is 90 divided by 16 is 5. 5 times 16 is 80. So repeating the process, this will be 10. Okay. So 10 divided by 16 is cannot be, so you're going to add another 0. So this will be 0. So 100 divided by 16 is 6. 6 times 16 is 96. So 100 minus 96 is 4. And 4 divided by 16 is cannot be again, so you're going to add another 0. So 0 here. And 40 divided by 16 is 2. And 2 times 16 is 32. 40 minus 32 is 8. Okay, so 8 divided by 16 is cannot be. You're going to add another 0. So 80. So 80 divided by 16 is 5. Okay, so 5 times 16 is 80. And 80 minus 80 is 0. So your goal here is to have an answer of 0. So meaning your quotient is 1.5625. So 1.5625. So that is 25 over 16. So 25 over 16 is expressed in decimal as 1.5625. Okay. So as what you have noticed with the first two examples, they are non-terminating decimal. It has an infinite number of digits after the decimal points where the digits or set of digits repeat. So ibig sabihin, dire-diretso siya, paulit-ulit siya, pero hindi siya natigil doon. Ano po? So pwede itong maulit-ulit na maging 5, maging 0. So from 5 naging 6, naging 2, naging 5, and so on and so forth. And that is non-terminating decimal. So for the next one, express 10 over 9 as decimal. So same process. So that will be 10 divided by 9. So this will be 10 divided by 9 is 1. 1 times 9 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. So you're going to add that 0. Yan, add 0 here. So this will be 10. So this will be 1 again. And then 9. And then 1. And then you cannot add them. So add 0 again. So 0 here. So this will be 1. 9. This is 1. And then add 0 again. And then you are going to repeat the same number. So in this case, since this is 1.111111 and so on and so forth, so we can actually write here an ellipsis that represents that that one is continuously repeating. And this kind of example or this kind of decimal is what we call the terminating decimal, or yung nauulit po yung mga numbers after nung ating decimal point. Okay? Or in other term, or pwede natin siyang isulat as 1 point, dahil ang naulit lang is 1, so you're going to write bar above your 1. That means it is repeating. Nauulit po yung 1, so that is 1.11111 and so on and so forth. So for the next one, we are going to convert 0.6 as fraction and simplify. So this time, we are now going to have from decimal to fraction naman po. So how are we going to do that? So the first thing that you need to do is, of course, yung i-write nyo lang yung inyong given na inyong i-convert. So that is 0.6. And then i-identify nyo lang kung ilang decimal places po ba yung ating dito sa may decimal, yung after ng ating decimal point. So that since that is one decimal place lang, so that means it is 10. Tama ba? So this is 6 over 10. Or 3 over 5 if we're going to simplify that. Next, convert negative 75 as fraction. So kopya nyo lang 0.75. Tingnan ninyo kung anong decimal point niya. So, ones, tens. So, tens siya. So, ibig sabihin, you're going to write negative 75. And then, dahil siya is 10, so you will have 100 over 100. Negative 75 over 100, or if we're going to simplify that, that is negative 3 over 4. Yan. So, pagka ones siya, ang gagamitin nyo is 10. Kapag siya is 100, siya ay 100, gagamitin niyo is 100. Kapag siya ay 1,000. So, dadagdagan nyo lang ng dadagdagan ng 0 depende dun sa given na i-convert. Okay.